Greetings, everyone, and welcome back to our Forex Mentorship Program for Beginners. Today, we are going to be looking at currency correlations. In our previous video, we talked about foreign currencies. We talked about major currencies and major currency pairs. We talked about minor currencies and minor currency pairs. And we talked about exotic currencies and exotic currency pairs. Now, we are going to look at how those currencies and those currency pairs behave towards each other in this episode. Now, what is currency correlation? In the financial world, correlation is a statistical measure of how two securities move in relation to each other. Currency correlation then tells us whether two currency pairs move in the same direction, opposite, or totally random direction over some period of time. This should be measured over a period of time. Now, like synchronized swimmers, some currency pairs move in tandem with each other, and like magnets of the same poles that touch, other currency pairs move in opposite direction. We are going to look at that. Some currency pairs actually move together, and some move in opposite direction. They don't move together. Now, when you are simultaneously trading multiple currency pairs in your trading account, the most important thing is to make sure you are aware of your risk exposure. By trading pairs that are highly correlated, you are just magnifying your risk. What is it talking about? If you have currency pairs that move in the same direction, it is not always necessary to trade them. For example, AUD USD and NZD USD, for example, they will move in the same direction. So just choose one of them and trade. Don't trade the two of them, because when you trade the two of them, you are just exposing your account and you may end up losing a lot of money if things go bad. Now, let's look at the positive coefficient. There is a measure. Currencies that move in the same direction are said to be positively correlated. And there's a measure for that. It is called a positive coefficient. There's a value. If it is +1, we say it has a positive coefficient. If it is -1, we say it has a negative coefficient. Now, currency pairs that move in the same direction, these are the major currency pairs: Euro USD and GBP USD. If Euro USD is buying, GBP USD is going to buy as well. Euro USD and AUD USD. If Euro USD is buying, AUD USD is going to buy as well. Euro USD and NZD USD, AUD USD and NZD USD. If one of them is buying, the other is going to buy as well. USD Swiss and USD JPY. If one of them is buying, the other is going to buy as well. Now, let's look at the negative coefficient, or currency pairs that typically move in opposite directions, and we say they are negatively correlated pairs. Euro USD and USD Swiss, they will never move in the same direction. If one of them is buying, the other will be selling. GBP USD and USD JPY, they are never going to move in the same direction. If one of them is buying, the other will be selling. USD CAD and AUD USD, they don't move in the same direction. USD JPY and AUD USD, GBP USD and USD Swiss, these pairs are negatively correlated. They don't move in the same direction. When we start trading, when we start going into the market and looking at the chart, you are going to understand why this happens. Now, the JPY pairs, you have to pay attention. The JPY pairs, all the pairs that contain the JPY, they all move in the same direction. All of them move in the same direction. About 95% of the times, you will see them in the same direction. Just on rare occasions, you can see them, maybe when there's divergence. We are going to talk about that when we start trading. But most often, all the JPY pairs, they will do basically the same thing in the market. I hope that you learned something from this video. It's going to be difficult even as you are beginning, but do not worry. When you start trading, you are going to understand a lot about currencies and currency correlations. Thank you so much for listening. I will talk to you in our next video again. Be safe.